Ellie is the daughter of wealthy philanthropists Jeff and Georgia Brown, who are preparing to launch an exclusive private island project for the elite. But all their money and resources aren't enough to cure Ellie, who suffers from a whole range of chronic illnesses and lives on medication, isolated from the outside world. Tired of her loneliness, Ellie sneaks out to the beach where she meets Brooke. Her father decides to indulge her and allows the girls to spend time together, and soon Brooke begins to suspect that the Browns are hiding something. There are many reasons why we watch movies, but when it comes to high-stakes genres, thrillers, action films, horror, the key ingredient is intrigue. Something that pulls you into the story, makes you want to keep watching, surprises you, impresses you. Without intrigue, there's no engagement. And without engagement, there's no movie. It's not that the creators of The Cure left their film without a mystery, but they handled it so clumsily and carelessly that the whole thing goes nowhere. Like a car on a lift, the engine roars, the wheels spin, but there's no movement. Ask yourself honestly, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear this premise? There is this girl adopted by a wealthy white couple so sick that she's not allowed to interact with anyone, while her parents look suspiciously young, vibrant, and, of course, absurdly rich. The film lays this out in the opening minutes, and it's hard to imagine anyone not immediately thinking that these two caretakers are somehow draining the life out of the girl. And it's hardly a spoiler to say that this is exactly what's going on. While it takes any viewer just a few seconds to connect the dots, Ellie stubbornly fails to see the obvious for years. Her new friend Brooke isn't particularly sharp either, so for over an hour we're forced to watch the painfully slow realization dawn on them, practically hearing the gears grinding in their heads. In fact, no one in the film seems especially bright. A special mention goes to the doctor who uncovers the truth about Ellie's condition. When his car gets a flat tire on a dark, deserted road, he not only fails to look up at the stranger who suddenly appears, but hands him a crowbar without hesitation so he can help. Honestly, he fully earns what happens next. The film throws in every social cliché its creators could think of. Evil rich people, virtuous poor people, drug dealing, the dark web as the last bastion of freedom, and timid hints of a romantic bond between the girls, handled so cautiously that censors could easily cut it out if needed. There's even an evil Russian scientist. What's missing is any sense or logic. Both on a macro and micro level, The Cure displays a stunning lack of basic intelligence. In one scene, a supposedly skilled hacker shrugs and says he couldn't find a single photo of the Browns online. And just minutes later, we see that same doctor reading a random online article illustrated with smiling photos of Jeff and Georgia. You could go on listing the film's flaws, shortcomings, and outright missteps, but it's worth circling back to where we started. If a movie has a compelling mystery, something you genuinely want to figure out, you can forgive almost anything. But The Cure is mind-numbingly dull because it hides its secrets about as well as cats and dogs do. As long as their head is under the blanket and it's dark around them, they think they're invisible. Never mind that the rest of their body is sticking out in plain sight.